My wife told me I should be thanking her for staying. Other men wouldn't put up with me. I looked up from my laptop and said, then go find one. I'd been married to Natalie for 4 years. She was ambitious, charismatic, and had a way of making everyone in a room gravitate toward her. But somewhere along the way, her confidence had twisted into contempt. My job was to nod, agree, and be grateful she hadn't left yet. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. I was working from home, finishing a client proposal. Natalie was getting ready for drinks with friends. You know, Owen, most women wouldn't tolerate this. You're always working, never spontaneous. Other men wouldn't put up with me, but I stay. You should be thanking me. I'd heard variations of this speech for 2 years. The constant reminders that I was lucky, that she was doing me a favor. But this time, something shifted. The knot of anxiety in my chest just released. I looked up from my laptop. Then go find one. Her hand froze on her earring. Excuse me? Go find a man who won't put up with you. I'm done being grateful. The shock lasted 3 seconds before the explosion. I was throwing away our marriage over my ego. I'd regret this. I was nothing without her. I let her yell. When she finally left, I made a call to my lawyer. What Natalie didn't know was that I'd been documenting everything. The joint account she'd been draining for business expenses that were actually spa days and designer bags. The credit cards in my name she'd maxed out. I'd been preparing for 6 months. I also called Ivy, a photographer I'd met at a networking event. We'd grabbed coffee twice. There was something there. I asked if she wanted to grab dinner Friday. Her response made me smile. About time you asked. Friday works. Thursday, Natalie came home with divorce papers. Her terms were absurd. The house, the car, half my business, and alimony. I've already told everyone we're divorcing because you're controlling and financially abusive, she said, sliding the papers across the counter. Sign these and maybe I'll let you keep some dignity. I didn't touch them. I'll have my lawyer contact yours. Her smile was pure venom. Good luck affording one after I'm done. Friday, I met Ivy at a wine bar downtown. She looked stunning, but more than that, she was present. She asked about my work, actually listened, laughed without the edge of judgment I'd grown used to. So, your text mentioned you're going through some changes. Divorce filed yesterday. The controlling, financially abusive husband story? I nearly choked on my drink. You heard? Natalie posted it on Instagram. Very dramatic. Lots of crying selfies. Ivy's expression was neutral. I also know you. That story doesn't track. Monday, my lawyer filed a countersuit with 6 months of documentation. Bank statements showing Natalie's spending, credit card bills, text messages where she bragged to friends about using Owen's guilt to fund her lifestyle. The financial abuse claim flipped overnight. Natalie's response was nuclear. She called my biggest client, claimed I'd stolen proprietary information, and was unstable. She wanted to destroy my career before I could destroy her narrative. Wednesday, I got an email from that client. They'd received Natalie's call. They'd also received my lawyer's cease and desist, along with documentation proving Natalie had never done consulting work. The client renewed their contract and referred me to 2 others. Natalie's lawyer withdrew Friday. Turns out, lying to your attorney about financial abuse is a bad strategy when the evidence says otherwise. By mediation, Natalie's story had collapsed. Her Instagram post was Exhibit A in my defamation case. Her friends had started distancing themselves after seeing the bank statements my lawyer leaked. She showed up with her mother, both dressed like they were attending a funeral. Her new lawyer looked exhausted. The mediator laid out the terms. No alimony. She'd take her car and personal belongings. I'd keep the house, the business, and she'd be responsible for half the credit card debt. Natalie's face went white. This is theft. This is documentation, my lawyer said. We can go to court if you prefer. I have 12 more exhibits. Her mother grabbed her arm. They signed. As they left, Natalie stopped at the door. You've ruined my life, Owen. They already know what you did, Natalie. That's the problem. 3 months later, Natalie had moved 2 hours away, was working retail, and had deleted all her social media. Her credit card debt had been sent to collections under her name only. I didn't ruin her life. She jumped off her pedestal, and I simply stopped catching her.